Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Good morning and Boker Tov to those who are here in Pilch Hall, Temple Beth Am. Hello to those who are joining on Zoom from other time zones. Hello to anyone who's watching live on Facebook, either on my profile or Temple Beth Am's page. And hello to whoever might be hearing this on the Temple Beth Am podcast, whatever time of day it may be for you. We are just about 3 weeks into what may be the greatest Jewish catastrophe of most of our lives, depending on how old we are. I think it's the greatest one of my life. And how do you rank catastrophes, right? It's not just about loss of life, although it's been horrific. It's about the way in which the national, international Jewish community feels under siege on some level, pun intended, not even a pun, just imagery intended. And for me, it's coming in waves. I'll go through days where I'm getting stuff done, and then I'll wake up again to the horrors of it and feel overwhelmed, and then remind myself that I'm actually okay. My life is fine. There are others who are in true despair and mourning, and I toggle back and forth. And as I've said several times, at some point we'll be in the aftermath of this immediate Jewish catastrophe, and our attention to it will have a half-life, and then a quarter life and an eighth life. But we're not anywhere close to that yet. I'm very scared that it's going to get much worse before it gets any better, both in Israel and on campuses and in cities where Jews live and in the wars of ideas out there. And it's very hard to be calm and to be grounded and be centered when you don't know where something very important is going. And I have no idea where this is going. And yet, and this is the connection to the Parsha and the meditation we're going to do, the origins of our faith story is of a person being sent by God on a journey towards Canaan without having any idea where or when or how it's going to end. I've been meditating a lot this week using that word colloquially too, on the phrase El haaretz asher areka. When God says to Avram, leave everything that you know, go into a vulnerable, uncomfortable, unknowing zone. Where am I going, God? El haaretz asher areka, to the land that I will show you. It's vague. It's not specific, and it's not a guarantee. Just keep walking. So I found those words this week to be both terrifying and on a minuscule level comforting. Terrifying because it's very hard to walk with your eyes closed into something that could get worse. And somehow grounding that maybe the most powerful voice we should be hearing from the divine right now is just to keep going. A personal and national lech lecha. Keep walking, keep being, keep Jewing, keep praying. Where? Areka. Eventually, we hope God will reveal it to us. So, with that in mind, I invite us to go from a thinking space into a meditative space to activate a different part of our brain, but using some of those ideas to hover. If you have not already, I invite you to close your eyes and enjoy the immersion into this moment. A subtle but very intentional pulling back from where you just were a few seconds ago into a bigger and better and warmer place. Leaning into that paradox, pull in order to expand. contract and make compact your entire being so that you can transcend space and be anywhere and everywhere, no matter where you happen to be sitting. Do not expect or demand that your external surroundings will be devoid of all sound, but just send them away in your mind. They don't need to be intruding. They're extrinsic to this moment. Create a womb within which is your body and your mind and your spirit. And at least for now, for these minutes, you are completely well. You have all of this moment's needs met. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to want. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to want. Bring some attention to your breathing so you can use this automatic activity to bring you into deep and intentional awareness. Have every breath be something you have thought about. Have every breath be something for which you are grateful. You can even hear your body and your soul saying thank you, Todah, for every inhalation and for the ability to exhale as well. Let's take a few moments to have 7 deep breaths in through the nose and deep breaths out through the mouth. El Haaretz, to the land, to holy geography, to a place that so many people claim. Asher Areka, that I will reveal to you at some point. El Haaretz Asher Areka, the voice of the Holy One, saying to Avram, to you, to all of our people, to all people, keep marching. El Haaretz Asher Areka, to a land that is not revealed yet, but which I promise to show you. Using the power of your mind, render yourself an Avram for the moment. and hear those words being spoken directly to you. It may have nothing to do with Canaan or Yisrael, or even a land or a place per se. But in what way are you being told or asked to go? El haaretz asher areka, to a land that will eventually be shown to you. What uncertain future do you confront? Whom are you being asked to trust, who will eventually reveal to you the right way? And what does it feel like to take those steps without knowing? El haaretz asher areka, the beginning of faith. El haaretz asher areka, fear and anxiety and trust and wellness, all dancing together. El haaretz asher areka, to the land that I will show you. El haaretz asher areka. Keep going. Lech. One foot after the other, to a destination not yet revealed, but which you have faith will be so one day. As you emerge from the depths, going back to your body and a different kind of consciousness into the day that is facing you, wherever it's going to take you. Hopefully you can access consciously and unconsciously where you traveled to for the last 15 minutes as you navigate towards all the destinations that we're headed towards. I'm going to share the screen so we can say the closing prayer together. Those of you who have it in person, please also say it with me. We say it 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. Say to you all, Shalom and Shabbat Shalom and Namaste. And be well, everybody.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.